there was a person that was willing to take the risk and cut me open and take the tumor out. The crazy
Hmm.
part is the doctor doesn't exist, the hospital doesn't exist, but what did exist was a scar.
Every journey of every soul's journey has something that is truly transformational, inspirational for others. And look, you are here right now with me. Her name is Yun Rhee. I posted a story about her. I think there is no better way to introduce you than I will just give you this opportunity. Introduce yourself because there's so much. I don't, whatever you want to say, share about yourself. So welcome.
So first and foremost, I'm so grateful and honored to be here with you, Anna. And yeah, it's so beautiful to actually. I saw the video that you created and say, first and foremost, I love your accent, right? And that your heart pulled you into doing something, and your body moved forward. And if you think about how quickly the decisions were made and how quickly you moved, it's just amazing to experience the divinity being expressed in and through you. That's yes. So just to give you a little bit background, my name is Yun Rhee. I'm the elevated oracle and architect of the elevated field. I only say these labels and titles, but truth be told, I'm a curious soul here to discover more of who I am and what I am capable of on this planet. So my background comes in from owning small businesses, very vertical in the real estate space, and really started to chase success and was very successful from the outside looking in. And yet, it wasn't until like my early 40s that I didn't even realize who I was, right? So I kept chasing and chasing and building and building. And again, chasing success from everybody else's standards, not even asking myself the question of what I wanted. So I'm sure we'll get into a lot of this today. And yet, for me, I'm here to really anchor in the frequencies of heaven on earth here now.
Wow.
Right? Heaven is not a destination, it's a state of being. And as we come together to co create, we get to create something that gets, we get to co create things that our children get to experience. We get to experience, our children's children get to experience a whole new reality to really experience the truth of humans. And what I know this, and I know that you know this, and I know that the listeners that are listening know this. We're just scratching on the surface of what we're truly capable of.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. And it's so amazing when you are waking up and you're like, oh, I can do so many things. Let's just play. I want to tap more into your story because it's true inspiration. And it's actually, I want to show this journey to people because there are so many people there at different stages of this journey. And I know I want to give a little bit of your background of your story. I know that you come from family of immigrants. By the way, it's interesting because I'm immigrant. A lot of my followers are immigrants who didn't even plan to come, just kind of had to come because of the war. And I know you came here as a little girl. And I know that it was tough because you has had health issues. It's not about talking this from a point of view, oh, my life was hard, but I want you to show the hardship so they can see how it was and how it is now and that it was all a path.
Yeah. So I was actually born in South Korea, Seoul, Korea, as a matter of fact. And my mother actually had a lot of health complications giving birth to me. So my experience in coming into this world was my mother would had complications. And then after I was born, I had severe health complications. I couldn't breathe. I had issues with my skin to a point. I mean, even when I was born in the hospital, the doctors literally handed me to my mom, and said, "You're gonna have to take her home and watch her die. Your daughter's not gonna make it." Right? So my mother, I have one older brother, so I'm the second child. And of course it devastated her, right? And she actually came from a place where she didn't have the funds or the resources to go hire like really great doctors for me. But what she did do was she had hope. She had the hope that she wanted her daughter to live. So she took me to energy healers, to any psychics, anybody that gave her hope. Right? And the crazy part is I had a tumor that was growing inside of me. So I was about a year and a half when the tumor just kept growing. All the energy healers, they didn't remove the tumor. They didn't, make it successful, if you will. But there was a person that was willing to take the risk and cut me open and take the tumor out. The
Mhm.
crazy part is the doctor doesn't exist, the hospital doesn't exist. But what did exist was a scar that left me with really mentally, emotional, and physical scars my entire childhood growing up. Along with that, my inability to breathe, coming to America when I was 6 years old, raised by two parents that were working close to 20 hours a day for over 2 decades. Man, oh man, Anna, when I say that the programs of that were operating that I wasn't aware of, right? I wasn't even aware because all my insecurities and all the things that were challenging actually developed personality and skill sets that I'm so grateful for now, right? It helped me adapt and overcome. It helped me what I realized, I love people. Like literally love people. But when I really go deep into it, it's because I really wanted to learn to love myself. And as a kid growing up without aware of any of this awareness, it was easier for me to love others than to learn to love myself. Right. So I just literally created these skill sets and programs to love on others, love on others. And then over time, I realized even more than I love people, I loved humanity. I loved growth. I loved evolution. I loved that the good that people could do for others to spark growth. Right. So I fell in love with humanity. And not too long ago, probably about even less than a year and a half ago, I realized how much my soul loves planet Earth.
Yeah.
Like, my soul loves planet Earth. Like, we came here, and I truly believe this, and you heard me say this before. Earth is our classroom and our playground. It's where our soul came here to experience and expand, right? We literally get to take field into form, meaning we create things out of nothing, which the field is literally the most powerful thing. And as I look back, all of my challenges, all of my struggles, all of my pain, that's truly where all my gifts were planted in,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
It is so amazing. So, as we start to become more aware and give ourselves permission to discover and remember who we always have been, we get to enjoy the journey of
Yeah.
truly remembering and unlocking these gifts so that we can experience our greatest elevated human experience and share that with others, right? Like, I remember when I started to awaken, like, I had this energy of like, oh my God, I understood these concepts. I'm going to save the world. I'm going to change the world. And I remember having this like dinner and luncheon with these amazing humans that were around me. And I remember saying this, and they just looked at me. It wasn't even anything that they said. They looked at me, and in that moment, I came to a realization. I said, whoa, I am not here to save the world or change the world.
Exactly.
I am here to literally save me and change me and remember who I always have been. And that translates into impacting the outer world.
Yes. And I want to mention something. I want to highlight something. Look, just as a lesson, yes, every journey of every soul's journey has something that is truly transformational, inspirational for others. And look, you are here right now with me. You get to impact lives. You impacted my life in a big way. I'm so grateful. And so many others, just because of one thing. Your mother had hope. She was told, go back home and watch your daughter die. And she had a choice. Right at that moment, I'm a mom of two, you are a mom of two, and there are so many mothers. She had a choice to listen to what she was told and kind of give up, right? But she chose to have hope. And what happened? Look at you here, beautiful soul, mother of two, you have beautiful family, you enjoy your life, you're impacting others just because one person had hope. And it's not only about mother and kids, it's about, when you are told you cannot do it, you can't. It's not for you. You're not good enough for that. There are others, like, it's hard. You will not go and sit and enjoy your small, miserable life, be grateful for what you have. You have choice. You have choice and you can have hope. And this story just shows exactly that. And I want to highlight it because it's very important. Nothing of you experience would be possible not for your mother who had hope. And she wasn't even like aware. She was doing the best instinct, right? Because mother love is so strong. So she would really not want to give up. But what about our dreams that are like babies? It's so easy, right? It's so easy to give up on the dreams. When we're told your kid may, pass away, you will do everything possible. And kid is a gift from God. I just want to really like stop here and let people feel it. Kid is a gift from God. And you don't give up on your kid, right? You fight till the last drop of your essence. Why do we give up on our dreams, which are also a gift from God? So I just want to leave people with this. And your story is a beautiful example of it. And can you share a little bit more about your we have a saying in Russian. It's called successful success. We say it in parentheses. It means that everything looks picture perfect and people post this perfect life, but we never know what's going on inside. So can you share your journey, a little bit of building this successful success, as we say
Well,
it?
it's so interesting because my definition of success keeps shifting, right? And I'm always so curious. I want to hit upon the hope thing really quick because there's a story attached to it.
Mhm.
So as I was going through this journey, right, my mother was like almost observing me and looking at me like, Yan, when you speak like this, do you know what people are going to think about you? Right? Like her own fear started to come in and was like, some people might think that you're kind of way out there, like, might think you're crazy and whatnot. And I, and she goes, I just want to let you know. I know you speak a lot about energy. I know you speak a lot about spirituality, and she shares the story, but I took you to those people and they didn't heal you. This is what she says. She goes, so I want you to understand that it doesn't work, right? She said it was the guy that actually gave you the surgery. My body completely shook, Anna, and I started to cry. And I said, Mom, it did work. I said, this is why. I said, it's never been about them. It was about you. I said, you created those little evidences, what we call breadcrumbs, to just give you a little bit more hope, a little bit more hope, a little bit more hope. And you followed that until the solution appeared. I said, all of it plays a part, but the truth of the matter is, it's you. And that hope, that love, that's what was built in the cells of my body, right? So when I start to think, and I love what you said, any dreams and aspirations that we have, there's seeds in our body, in our body. It was not planted there by accident. It was for purpose. Like it literally just hits every single cell of my body of wanting everybody to know you cannot receive a thought or an idea that you're not capable of experiencing or achieving. Like it doesn't work that way. You receive these hopes, you receive these dreams because it's actually yours to experience. And the crazy part is, right? The thing that usually holds us back is our belief system that we're not worthy of it. We're not enough. So going back to chasing success, I was chasing so much success because at the very bottom of it all, I didn't know that I was operating under the fact that I didn't feel worthy of breath unless I achieved something. Unless I literally achieved success to honor my parents' sacrifices and create a legacy, I wasn't worthy of breath. So I kept chasing and chasing and chasing. So from the outside looking in, it looked amazing. I have a husband, I have two beautiful kids, I have businesses, I have real estate, all of these things. And no lie, it wasn't until one coach, one Friday afternoon, asked me one question. And believe me, like Anna, as I say this, God was knocking on my door. Like I jeopardized all my health. I thought I was going to turn myself into a mental hospital at some point. Like literally things were, but you know what? I got myself physically better and I went right back into the hustle and grind because my body was that addicted to the hormones of stress that I didn't even know that it was fully operating me. But the one question that one Friday was, "Yun, who gets the best version of you?" And I'll tell you, they always say the teacher comes when the student is ready. Because my mouth opened up, I wanted to say, because I always could respond right, I could react and respond, I always had the right thing to say, and I wanted to say it was my husband, my children, and my family, and in all integrity, I couldn't. My mouth opened, tears ran down, I started to shake, and I said, "Whoa," because in that moment, I realized that the people that I was doing all this for, the people that I loved the most, was actually getting the worst version of me. I was overtired, overstressed, juggling so many things. By the time that I was actually having time to spend with loved ones, I was cranky. Not because I wanted to be cranky, because I was tired, exhausted, and chasing. Then the next following question he asked was, "Well, then, Jan, what do you want?" And what's crazy and mind blowing to me till this point is I didn't even know. I opened my mouth and I was like, wait, what do you mean? What do I want? I didn't even know I had a choice. And how many of us immigrants actually feel this way? We don't even know we have a choice to ask ourselves permission for what it is that we really want.
Exactly. That's the story of every single woman and man I know from my Ukrainian community. We just come and we're on adrenaline and we just, run. I was running also for 2 years and then I stopped. What do I want? Because I didn't believe that I have a permission to want something. I didn't believe in that. Yes, same as you. So what changed after for you? So after this question, you told me that you stopped, you healed your body, you felt better, and then you realized that you were addicted to adrenaline and to all this cortisol and stress, and your body right into it. But then this question made you pause and stopped. So what changed after?
It's crazy because in my mind, I literally felt like so much changed. I started to understand what paradigms were. I started to hire coaches. I went to masterminds. I went to all these events. And I really, really studied what patterns and programs were operating. I started to really understand who I was and who I wasn't, or so I thought. But what's really crazy, Anna, is that that energy in building success was actually exerted in trying to discover who I am. Right? So I was still chasing outside of me, still looking to see and figure out, right? And what blows my mind is right here, right now, this is the work that I'm very involved in, is actually letting all of that go, not chasing, right? Not chasing, just allowing and really opening up to receive evidence of who I am, receive evidence of the worthy that I am of my breath and my life. It still is mind blowing to me because yes, I've learned a lot, understanding paradigms and different spiritual teachers, gurus, all of that. They've all played a huge part in who I am in this moment. And yet what I didn't realize, like I mentioned, Anna, is that energy was showing up not from actually building businesses, but searching even more. So right here, right now, where I'm at is really understanding my body. My body is the temple, really understanding my nervous system because I was so focused on mindset and changing my mindset. And it all played a part. It all helped, right? So I don't want to take negate any of it. But our body, our nervous system, our environment, really understanding how we become who we are and what the field is, understanding the four layers of my body, my emotional mind, the biofield, and the field. And then giving permission for my body to get inspired action and create inspirational action to co create with others. And that's why I say success is really defined on so many different levels because I know what is here and what we're birthing together, but I don't know how. And it's not my job to know how. My job is just to be obedient and follow guidance and move and really allow for me to be able to experience and receive way beyond what my imagination could ever, ever, ever even think of.
Yes, it's so beautiful. I want to tap a little bit because there is always like layers of how people, evolve. I'm noticing like a kind of a pattern. There is a first step. It's when you start work, as you said, on your mindset. Wow, I don't have to work that hard. I can be present with my family. I can ask myself what I want. So it's like a huge mindset shift.
Yeah.
And then there is a layer that many people, they still stay in the mindset. And I want to show them this bridge, as you want to say, to your body and why it's so important. Because me, of all people, I was treating my body for so many years as just as, a machine that brings me to where I need to go. So I would say it's like a horse and you push it hard. So move, 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 move. And then when it wasn't, I was like frustrated and angry. Oh, you don't do what I want. But now I had a huge shift and I want to show them the bridge of how our body, give a real life example of how your body was showing you something you didn't hear, and it would be very smart to actually listen to it. So just some actual live example that happened to you.
Well, first and foremost, our body knows everything, right? Our body holds all the codes. And remember that time when even when you and I first met,
Yeah.
right? We met at an event and we just stood there and you said, I don't know what is happening, but I feel it. And it's in that pause in that moment. Now, what's really interesting, Anna, and I think I explained this, like I didn't my one of my health complications was my inability to breathe. So I wasn't able to breathe for like the first 16 years of my life, right? I was taking medicine, shots in Korea, then IVs, and then nebulizers. Like, and what's really crazy when I say that your hardships become your greatest gifts, what God was doing was God was training me the power of breath. I can't tell you how many nights I slept I spent at my house breathing into a brown paper bag and repeating the words "하느님 살려줘," which is "God save me" in Korean, right? Because I couldn't breathe. Now I realize all of that was actually for me to feel the cells in my body. And what's really interesting, and I wasn't aware of this, is that my body has been guiding me the entire time. But the survival patterns of my brain always wanted to know, so it created stories that were limited. And so now the work that I do is really allowing my body to really lead, and even more importantly, asking my body the questions that allows the answers to rise versus trying to figure it out in my logical brain, right? And now what's really beautiful is actually science is here to provide the evidence of how our body knows before the thoughts come in. It's literally milliseconds, but if you actually, and this is, me, I always say practice meditation and stillness. When you can practice that, utilize the leverage tools that are out there, then you can literally create gaps in that moment. And so you literally become the pattern interrupter to allow this energy to flow so you get to experience what's already kind of guiding and leading you versus overriding it, and it's everything. It's everything.
So, how your body was giving you hints that this type of success that you were experiencing was not your path. What was your now, as you go back and you are thinking about it? What was your body show? Does it show up? I always like to show people because some of people who watch it, they're actually in this right now and they can recognize what's happening. So, how it was showing up in your body that you were not on your path?
Pain, right? Breath, shallow breath. Like literally, all these things are transmutations of energy. So it shows up in different ways. Like you literally start getting aches and pains. Sometimes it shows up in the form of disease, right? Diseases in the
Mhm.
body. And so these sicknesses show up. And then you feel yourself more tired and drained. You feel yourself kind of slugging away. You feel yourself kind of procrastinating on the things that matter the most to you, right? You find yourself not present. These are signs in your body that your body is actually sharing with you. You're not in alignment. You're not in coherence, and you're going to hear the word coherence probably for the next 15 to 20 years, right? Coherence is when your mind, your emotions, and your body and your actions are all in alignment. So everything's flowing together, right? It's not creating any resistance. Like your thoughts and your actions are not fighting against each other. I mean,
So this is
this
what was going on with you. So when we talk about aligned success versus not aligned success. So when success is not aligned with your soul, with what you came here to do, right? When you go completely different direction, it means, let's say your mind is leading you there. You say, oh, I need money. I need to have this leadership role. I'm supposed to want these things, new car, new bigger house, more money in the bank account, more so-called stability. So when it's not aligned, your body doesn't feel light, doesn't feel easy, right? So that what it looks not aligned. So when we're talking about success that is aligned, how does it feel? Like,
Feels like
exp-
flow.
yeah,
Feels like flow, and it feels like it's pulling you. And Anna, wouldn't you agree with me? Like before you could get away with that. You could actually literally work your way through and create. You could get away with just not being in full alignment, but still create success and still get by. Wouldn't you agree now? It's like when you're not in alignment, like contrast starts to show up even faster and faster. Challenges become louder and louder, right? Like the misalignment becomes more and more and more noticeable. So when you're in alignment, it feels like flow. It feels like this pulling energy. You're not shoving. You're not pushing hard. You're allowing. You feel expansion. You're not contracting. Your body is not breathing this way. You actually feel lighter. It flows through you. It moves in and through you. So you can literally feel your body. You can also notice it even in the way that you stand. If you notice yourself clench fists and like you're kind of shallow, that means that there's tension and things that want to be released and let go. And usually it's limiting beliefs or responsibilities or things that you're connecting to that it's time to let it go. It can be scary, right? If you're not used to letting little things go at a time, it can be scary to let things go. But boy, oh boy, your body will give you the clues if you can just sit back and listen. I think the biggest issue right here, right now, is that things are moving so fast. If you think about it, and I speak about this, like the amount of knowledge that we have, everything's doubling in like less than 12 hours. And it's only getting faster. And our bodies were never meant to consume that much information or energy. So our body is literally like an automatic program and just moves and moves. And the brain is just looking because in our front part of the brain is called a prefrontal cortex. It literally works on overdrive to look for answers. So it's constantly thinking, thinking, thinking to look for answers because when we have answers to things, we feel safe. We feel like we're in control, right? So it's always working, which is why now more than ever, I just believe the power of practice and meditation and stillness is so it's almost like essential for people to practice stillness and meditation to be able to pause and let that energy leave so you can feel what it feels like to be in your body. You can feel what it feels like to allow breath in and out, to allow what it feels like to let things go, even if it's for a short moment, just to gain the practice of it, right? Letting things go, just to go and breathe because boy, oh boy, if we're not consciously creating stillness, things fill up pretty quickly to move us into random situations without realizing that we're stuck on a hamster wheel that keeps us going and going and going. You're moving fast, but you're not really moving anywhere.
exactly. I want to shift a little bit the mindset of people who look at success because for a long time I was this person. I was looking at myself and telling myself I'm failing. I'm a failure in life. I'm a complete failure because I didn't have $1 million. I didn't have a fancy whatever life like on Instagram was showing me. I didn't have any of that. So this I felt that I could have, so because that was in my DNA. That's why I wanted those things. And I was looking at external world feeling not worthy. So I felt I'm a failure for so many years. Even though everybody who looked at me, they would look up at me and say, wow, Anna, you're doing great. But I never felt this way. I want to shift a mindset about success. What success really is, because now in this society, success is all about external stuff. But it's so not true, unbelievably not true. But I want your opinion on what is success.
I can relate to you, Anna. Same thing, right? Continue chasing and I'm not good enough, or oh my God, I failed this, or I failed this business, or I tried this and I don't have enough followers, or all these kind of mind things. And to me, success is actually falling more and more in love with myself and feeling gratitude for what I do have. Success to me is the opportunity to continuously discover and build, stronger relationships with the people that I have that matter to me. Build new relationships with people that resonate on this frequency, right? Success to me, and what's really interesting now is that there's this energy of joy that is exuding out of my body that is not fully alive yet. And what's really funny is if I go back to my childhood, like it was like my escape method. Like I have lots of joy, but somewhere along the way I got really serious. Right? I got
So
really, really serious. Yeah. And so for me, the future and the success that I want to really, really, really birth and bring in is more joy, more laughter, more play, more co-creating, to literally play with other co-creators that are riding this frequency, that want to play, that want to laugh, that want to co-create in ways that we can't even imagine, because I really believe we're shifting from a consumer world to an experiential world. And to me, success is the opportunity to experience all things. And that doesn't mean like I'm not going to experience shame anymore or guilt anymore. I'm not going to experience fear or lack. Like I'm going to experience this because my soul came here for the human experience. And the most powerful thing that makes it a human experience is the emotions, it's the feeling. And when we stop judging it and just allow it, it moves through that much faster, right? It moves through and it gives you more awareness. So yeah, success is to me is learning, continuously learning to love myself unconditionally, continuously learning to love the people that I love unconditionally. Success to me is the opportunity to stay in curiosity, to co-create experiences with others that are going to be beyond my imagination. Success to me is connecting with other humans that start remembering who they truly are and step into their genius, right? Success to me is the feelings and the experiences that we get to share and the relationships, because at the end of the day, isn't that what matters the most? Like you can't bring anything with you. Like it's just the imprints of the memories and the experiences that we get to have.
Exactly. And what I want to highlight to people who will watch us, that many times I was telling to myself, well, what's not important, external success is not important. You just have to focus on gratitude. You know what I was afraid of? That if I focus on the inside, what's going to happen? That I will stop achieving. I will stop actually going forward. What happened was complete opposite, because I believe this in my Creatorland philosophy, that every single soul has a huge capacity inside. You already have your spot in this life, something that only you came to create, only you came to experience, like a star of your own movie. So while you're chasing external stuff, you're not actually aligning, as you said, alignment, when it's all in one line, to what you came here to do. So actually, when we focus on the in, what happened for me, and you probably will say the same, that my capacity expanded and I started actually creating amazing stuff that I was surprised this could come through me even. So I just want you to share your
I agree with
perspective on
that.
that.
I agree with that. And the material success is the evidence, right? You get to experience all of this stuff. So it's funny throughout my journey, again, chasing success. And then I was chasing spirituality. And I was like, oh my God, like, just like you, the same evolution of, you know what? I don't need the things outside of me. And then you realize, like, no, that's what you came here for. Your human experience literally came here to express in the greatest way possible. And abundance is really our birthright. Like our abundance is our birthright to be able to experience all the things that we want to. And can you imagine where our consciousness, like so many people believe this and embody it and live it? Scarcity will not even exist. It'll just be like that's exactly the world that we're co-creating together. That's the frequency of heaven on earth, right? The ability for us to be resourceful to each other, understanding that we have the opportunity to create anything that we want to, right? It boils my mind, Anna, is that at the end of the day, the challenge becomes, am I worthy enough of it? Am I worthy to receive all of it?
Yes.
And it
One
just goes to
social.
show you. Mhm.
So how do you shift this? First of all, what I would like you to explain, we said word frequencies today and the field. I want to talk about more about field, because when people talk about intuition, synchronicities, universe gave me, it's actually all science of how the world works. I want you to try to explain it in simple words to people who don't understand. So what my philosophy is, once you tap into inside and you allow yourself to be, You don't have to hustle and push anymore because
enough space, if you will, right? And if you think about it, it's also getting more dense because so many people are waking up. So many people are waking up. So, the way that I love the visualization is everything is energy. Everything is energy. We all come from the same source, like that God source, right? Everything is energy. And then there was consciousness. And then the consciousness created frequencies. And so think about words. Words are frequencies, vibrations that we speak, right? And those frequencies and vibrations materialize into physical things. So everything that got created follow that order, right? Now, again, the reason why it's even more dense is more and more people are waking up. But guess what's happening as it wakes up? More and more of the energy of fear are taking up space in the field,
Mhm.
are taking up space in the field. So why do I'm so big on doing the inner work. You've experienced this. We put on events with the technology that helps because right now there's literally quantum scalar technology that's going to help you clear the field and help assist you. And I just think it's so unbelievable when you can learn about those four layers of your body, your physiology. You learn about your subconscious field, which is your emotional body. You learn about your biofield, which is literally your electromagnetic state where it transmits informations and frequencies. And you learn about the field, which is the collective resonance, right? And you start learning because any time that you become aware of any of those and you start to shift and adjust it, you actually impact the other layers because they're all connected. They're all connected. So as you start to discover and learn more on how to create coherence in those fields, which is alignment, right? When things are aligned, when literally your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions are all moving in the same direction, you generate this energy of field where everything opens up. You can feel it. Like I always say, people, you may not even understand the things that are coming out of my mouth, and it doesn't even matter. It doesn't. But if you sit there and stop thinking and just feel, your body will know.
Yes. So
Yeah.
I like my mind likes to explain stuff. I explain it in simple way. I'm saying imagine ocean, like huge ocean, and there are so many different waves in the ocean. Wave is the ocean, but it has a separate shape or form. So I say we are waves on one ocean. So that's why people say, well, how is it possible to get things easily, right? You need to work, you need to network, you need to hustle, you need to. I said that's possible because once you decide you want easy, and you said align, right? My thoughts, my body, my emotions, my actions do the same thing. I want easy. I want joy, right? I want to create what I came here to create. Then the ocean, I am a part of the ocean. Then the ocean will feel that I am vibrating. As you said, vibration, everything is sound and vibration and energy. So the ocean will feel, well, this wave vibrates as easy, beautiful life, creation. So what it's gonna do, because all one, it's gonna start sending me people to me who vibrate on the same vibration. That's how I met you, right? So I'm gonna meet them in a beautiful, and that's what actually the miracles, the synchronicity, it's all science, right? It's all science. So that's how it is. Give us a little example of this synchronicity and magic that happened maybe to you, if you can recall anything that it was like completely out of, how is it even possible?
I feel like all of it is, right? And that's the truth. The truth is that when you're experiencing magic and miracles, it's not magic and miracles, it's actually truth revealing itself. Right? It's truth revealing itself. And so again, being in presence, I mean, it's happening all the time, but the universe always speaks back to me in pure evidence, like how I connected with you, how I connected with my partner, right? We're literally birthing the peak performance paradigm, how we connected with the co-creator of the technology that clears the space, the field, right? And all of this are coming together because again, I see this world. What's really interesting, Anna, is that I've been seeing and receiving visions of literally almost utopia, right? Where even houses and things, they were actually very futuristic looking, or so it was so like 3, 4 years ago, futuristic looking. It had different unique colors and all of these things, and I saw kids literally in environments where they're just in discovery, right? So a school looked completely different. They were in environments where they could discover themselves, and all of these superpowers were happening. And just like those superhero movies that we've been watching, I saw all of us are these superhero characters. Now that was like 3 or 4 years ago, right? And these are things that just I keep receiving and just allowing. All of that is starting to exist and come into form.
It
Right,
is
so the people
happening.
it's
Yep.
here now, right? I'm learning of all these different education centers that kids are able to go to, and they can actually read without using their eyes. They can it's unbelievable the things that are showing up. People that are reverse aging, right? Again, because all of these are constructs that were made that are very limiting, and when we open up our minds to see and feel what is possible, like, it's amazing. Like, again, there's this we're opening up the wellness center out, in Massachusetts. That's going to be our
Yes.
first peak performance recovery center. And what's amazing is there's this technology piece that I'm like, oh my God, we have to have this. Right, to my partner Pam, I'm like, we have to get this. And so I connected with one of the co-founders of it. Well, she's over at Dave Asprey's event. She meets the creator of exactly the technology. She goes and experiences the technology. She goes and meets with the guy. And now it's like, okay, the curiosity goes, how does it all unfold? It's not my job to know how it's going to be unfold. It's my job to be obedient and continuously take aligned action. Because I do believe in action. Like, I don't think that I'm here to just go, like everybody's okay and everything. No, I'm here to have the human experience, which is allowing my body to experience the things and co-create with others. Right. So now my job again to be obedient, ask the questions, and allow my body to move forward and co-create with others. And it's amazing.
So much things that when I met you and you opened the world to me about the technology of frequency, I didn't know it even exists, but it was already researched and existed for so many years. There are so many things people don't even know exist. They live in a very, like in a box. I describe it as living in a small village. It's beautiful, it's nice, okay, you have your own stuff. But outside there is huge world exists, and science is proving every day that we're energy and that we are all connected, and there is collective consciousness, meaning your fear might not be yours, it's just some kind of fear going on, and it's all you can measure the frequencies of the brain. So all of this, it's actually tangible things that you can touch, measure, see, the science, research, but our mind is not looking evidence of it, it's looking for evidence of what we believe in. If I believe that life is hard, that's the only thing I'm gonna see. So if we're talking about secrets of aligned success, we already talked about what success is, right? It's not the external stuff. I feel like external is just a byproduct, right? When you are
Yes.
focusing on the inside, it byproduct is just all this material stuff. So if we're talking about secret of aligned success, in your opinion, like what are the secrets? And that will resonate with people on all layers, people who are maybe stuck in the mindset, people who stuck in survival, and people who are already awakening. How would you guide a person from survival to align success in some short way?
So the thing that I keep receiving from messaging is really three essential ingredients. Three essential ingredients for people to be able to not only survive, but really thrive in this new era that's evolving. And it's very simple. Number one is community, right? Connect with communities that's going to show you and empower you and allow you to see who you truly are. And communities could actually be like even you and I having this conversation, we're community. Right. So communities of all sizes, wherever your heart desires, but start joining different communities, start connecting with new communities that's going to mirror back to you what is possible, that allows you to feel, again, feel seen, feel heard, and a place that allows you to feel safe to unravel the old distortions of old identities, right? And I I just believe, right? And I just literally spoke about this just not too long ago, is your past experiences and the things that you're going through, even if you're going through hardship now, or you've been through a lot of hardship, or maybe you went through things that you have regrets on and you feel bad about. I just want the listeners to know, please do not allow that to dictate who you think you are today or who you're becoming. Your past experiences and what you may be struggling or dealing with now does not dictate who you are and what is unfolding for you, right? And what is unfolding for you. Just know those hardships. I almost think of it like as, seeds, like diamonds in the rough. You diamonds are not found in the most beautiful places. They're found in the middle of the dirt. Right? So find communities and find relationships and people that's going to allow you to actually unravel that so that you can really discover who you are. So community is very, very important ingredient. Number two ingredient is technology and tools. The advancement of technology is only going to expedite, and we have access to everything. So why not leverage it? Leverage it.
When I
Leverage
want
the
to
technology.
stop here because when you introduce me to this technologies that literally I do voice code, I just want to explain to viewers what that. It's an app. I record just the sound of my voice. It creates a frequency based matching my patterns, what's going on with me, and helps me to calm my nervous system and to break all those patterns in the nervous system. I literally started listening to it and my growth became exponential x 100 times. I was waking up every day. Oh, this is possible for me. Oh, I can do this. Oh, I'm not bad. I'm worthy. And I was unraveling, as you said. And all of it, probably I would be the same if I was meditating from morning till night and journaling. But that was so fast that it was almost impossible to believe. Impossible. So I love the tools. Tools and technology help us, and it all already exists. That's why communities are important. When I joined your community, I discovered, oh, there are tools and there's technology. So I love these two steps. Yes. I sign on under every
I
single
know.
step of them. Right. That's
Anna, it's
amazing.
so amazing. Because if you think about it, and this is so important, the reason why it's so powerful, our voice actually holds all the frequencies in our body and our biofield. So it literally takes it and then it gives you back a prescription frequency. And the reason why it's so effective is because when I'm speaking, your brain is actually filtering. What is she saying? Is it right or wrong? Is it right or wrong? Like, what do I believe it? Do I want to believe it? Do I not believe it? But when we go right into sound and go right into the frequency, it actually bypasses the gatekeeper, goes directly into your emotional body, starts to energetically unblock you, right? Which is why things start to shift for you really, really quickly. And when you came to our event, that experience, how much did it magnify? Right? It magnifies so much because now that was the whole purpose is for people to feel what coherence feels like. Because once you feel it, your body will actually hold on to the memory of it, right? It's no longer in just the conscious thinking. So please, if you're stay open, stay curious. There are technology and tools that literally will shift your entire reality and align you to your highest timeline. Highest timeline. So
Yes.
you know me, I'm a huge, huge believer of technology and tools.
Yes.
And the third ingredient, which is probably the most important that the other two supported it, is connection. Connection. Connection to your higher self, to a connection to this divine source energy, this God that's within you looking to express, right? It wants a relationship. It wants to grow in this relationship. It wants to get to know you better and you to know it, right? Like it's everything. Connection with your body, understanding how your brain functions, how your body functions, how those cells move in your body and what it means. Connection to the body. No more escaping. I cannot believe how many of us didn't want to feel. So we went straight into always the mind and not in the body. So connect with your body and connection and relationships with other people. No more just on the surface, but deep relationships, like get to know people at a deeper level, right? And get to know yourself at a deeper level. Because the more that you get to know you, the more that you get to know others. The more that you genuinely get to know others, the more that you get to know you. So, all of this connection and understanding that there is no separation, we're all connected. And when you just have those three essential ingredients and you continuously stay curious and just literally learn, join environments that's going to support you, join environments that's going to see you for who you are, leverage technology and tools that absolutely work and you can feel the difference. And then you connect even further and further and further. You don't need to consume all the information everywhere. You don't need to know everything. As a matter of fact, there's a reason why they say ignorance is bliss.
True. Oh, that's true. Ignorance is a bliss because I feel like if you don't know that it's impossible, you just move through it and it becomes possible, right? When you know, when you start to overthink, there is a Russian writer. So has a piece called what you call it, like problem because of your not the, it says this word "goria tuma." Oh my God, what is this word? Grieve caused by your mind. I don't know. I'm not. It's a rough translation. So your mind, actually, your awareness of knowing things can cause you a lot of problems. So when you don't know, you just. That's why feeling is so important because you cannot explain it, right? You just
And
feel.
action. When you feel
Yes.
it and you move, then you
Yes.
actually bypass thinking so much. You know how many
Yes.
how many people stay in their analytical mind
Oh,
and they
me,
try to find out
all my life.
strategy. But the faster that you can receive an idea and move your body, the quicker you can get feedback so that you can discern whether you're moving in the right direction or you need to adjust a little. But the more that you receive information and just think about it, it actually will create a suppressed emotion because now you're staying in the analytical mind. So, I mean, I got to tell you, I think the greatest gift is the ability to be able to receive the information, take action, and really use that process to continuously enjoy and experience life and co-creating through you, in and through you, you know?
That's amazing. And I want to also unpack one last thing during this podcast, which is coherence. Because for me, once I experienced it, I understood what it is, but I couldn't comprehend with my mind. So how would you simply explain it to somebody who probably don't know? They have never experienced it. They don't know, but if maybe you can explain it, break it down. What is coherence and why it's so important?
Coherence is exactly alignment. It's when your environment, when your body, your thoughts, your actions, they all align. And they all align. Your environment supports you, your thoughts support you, your emotions support you. And this is the whole thing. It's not just positive thinking. It's not. It's not just thinking positively. Like it's literally you're not contradicting yourself inside. You're not trying to think positive while your body feels sad and upset. It's actually allowing it and allowing those thoughts and allowing your body to release. So I always say, like, we're always going to get triggered by something, right? And as humans, we all experience all the same emotions that are triggered by different people, places, and experiences. And right now, the greatest thing that you can do is not hold back or resist those emotions or those thoughts that come in, but more importantly, allow it to work in and through you, observe it, be the observer of it. Because what's happening is actually it feels yucky, but it's like the greatest gift because it's looking to release from your body. It's looking to like finally transmutate and alchemize. So when you're in coherence, it's literally the energy, the ability of the energy to flow in and through you. You're not pushing anything back. You're not resisting anything. You're literally aligning your body, your actions, your thoughts, and emotions all in the same direction. And again, hear me out. It's not like think positive and only being positive things. No, it's alignment, it's coherence, it's allowing it because the more that you can unravel and let it go, you really start releasing density in your body. Our body becomes so dense, right? Because we're literally suppressing all the emotions. It's mind blowing to me when I see and think about all the people, including myself, that had shallow breathing. Like we would go, like it's shallow breathing. Like we're not breathing because we're holding on to all these different emotions. You know what I mean? And when you start letting go, your breath changes. The way energy flows in and through you changes. And that's why, Anna, I'm doing a lot more events. There's two more coming up. You're going to host events because we want people to not only they'll feel it even on this call. They'll feel the energy. If you're watching this and some of it resonates or some of it don't, go back and rewatch it and almost just allow yourself to feel the energy that goes in and through your body because you'll feel it. There is no space or time that this is going to be not available for. Like you'll feel it, which is also another reason why we're also being called to host events, communities to gather people together so that people can feel it and experience it in every single cell of their body, right? And once you start experiencing it, your body holds on to the memories of it. And then we get to expand it more and more. And what I get really curious about is I feel so much lighter in this body than I have in all of my memory. And yet, what I'm so curious to discover is how much lighter can I feel? And I have such a connection with birds, and one of my soul desires is complete freedom to fly and be free. And so it's allowing that,
That's so
that's
amazing.
coherence.
And that's also freedom, right? When you just feel it, there are a lot of negativity about emotions that are not perfect, like anger, frustration, all this. But in fact, it's just emotion, energy in motion. And when you feel anger, it's just information. Let the energy pass, let it go through you, look at it, and then see what actually triggered, and you can address it with a loving way. But what we do, and I was doing for so many years, and you, whenever I was feeling emotion that I'm not supposed to feel, what we were taught to shove them down, and that was creating resistance. And the resistance actually prevents this coherence. So I experienced the coherence with you on a call. The moment I was in transition, I just want to give people real life, how it feels in real life. So I was in transition. I already believe it's possible for me, but I didn't know that my nervous system was adjusting to this new level. So it was shaky. I felt bad. I felt frustrated and irritated, and I'm a positive. I already like I thought I'd done inner work. Like, what's going on with my body? And I was trying to stop it. I was trying to stop it, not to feel it, because I'm supposed to feel Zen all the time. So it's so funny now when I look back, and I understand it now. And I know so many people get stuck there because they're supposed to feel Zen. No, you're not. It's you're human. So on a call with you, I just shared what's going on, and I don't know, you just let me feel it. Okay, feel it. What you feel, just feel it. And I felt it without judgment, just felt it. I felt unworthy. I felt scared. I felt bad. I felt frustrated. I felt all of it, and I stopped judging myself for it. I just hugged myself and said, hey, I'm here, and let it go. Immediately, in a couple of days, the state event, and I woke up with motivation and inspiration. I just go on my path. So now, whenever I feel this shaky, I feel it. I just let it be. And it's so beautiful. It doesn't dictate my decisions anymore. So if I feel shaky, it's not a sign that I'm not going to go forward, but I don't judge myself for it. And it's beautiful. So I advise everyone to try it. So if we wrap it up, so today we unpacked a beautiful story of hope. We talked about coherence, about energy, about the field. There's so much. So please rewatch this, come back to this episode maybe later because it takes time to integrate. And we talked about what success is now in the society paradigm and what it actually can feel like. And if you could just say a few words to humans who are watching us in the end. Of course, I advise everybody to follow you, to come to your events. I experienced those events myself firsthand. Amazing, amazing. It has to be experienced. You cannot just describe it. So I'm going to leave all the information. People can find you. But if we're wrapping it up, what would you say to humans?
You are made in perfect design. You are made in perfect design, and you are loved, and you are so worthy of it all. And whatever you want to experience, give yourself permission. Don't judge yourself from what you think would make you happy, or comparison or competition or any of that stuff. Like, really start giving yourself permission to discover who you truly are, and know, like, experience this world as the greatest gift that you get to have, to discover more of who you are, to discover more of who you are. And please, 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 please share yourself with others, your true self, right? That's literally for me. I have 2 kids, and that's what I want for them. And what I want for me is what I want for everyone. Complete freedom for them to be able to express who they are, what they want, without any judgment at all. And I always tell my kids, you don't have to like everything. No, that's not the point. Love everything, but discern what is right for you and what is not right for you. That's the most beautiful thing. And express your joy. Like love is everything. Yet joy actually has a higher frequency. And the reason why joy has a higher frequency, joy is everyone's individual unique expression. Because what makes me joyful is not the same thing that's going to make you joyful, or vice versa, right? We may have similarities that align, yet it's not the exact same. So please find the things that give you joy. Find the things that come simple and easy for you that you want to discover more of, and share your gifts with the world. Like you are made in perfect design. It's not supposed to be struggle and hard. It can be challenging, and yet it's supposed to pull you, right, to want to discover more and sharing it with others.
Thank you so much. I feel like this is revving it all up. There is nothing to add, just feel at this moment. So thank you, Jan, so much. Thank you for everyone who will watch. So leave your comments, follow Jan, follow me, join us in this beautiful human experience. And we'll see you out there.
And I'm so grateful and thankful. Creatorland.
Same. Let's play. It's not that serious, guys. It's not that serious. Let's play. Let's play. I love it. Thank you, Jan, so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.